Where'd you go, Lois?
I don't know. It's dead weird because it's changed me. Hi, Irene.
Hi, Irene.
Oh, I just want to say happy birthday to Irene's husband, and I do apologise, Irene, because I assumed it was your birthday, and I'm saying happy birthday to you.
Oh.
Hey, Wayne. Hey.
Hey, Spooky Wayne.
So I'll start sharing out.
Okay. Well, today we're talking about ultrasound, so.
I know it's that this one's going to be fun. You're very welcome, my love. I just want to apologise to everybody as well. Hey, Jamie. I just want to apologise to everybody as well for last week. I do apologise for frighteners.
Hello.
Here's my favourite.
Hey, Dan.
I'm late again. Fashionably late. How's everybody?
Good.
Good.
Oh,
No Viv tonight?
Huh?
No Viviana tonight?
Yeah, she's going to be coming on soon.
Oh, fair enough. Hello, Jamie. Hi, Irene. Sorry, I missed your birthday the other day. Happy birthday.
No, it's her husband's birthday.
It was her birthday the other day, wasn't it?
No, it was her husband's.
Oh, well, happy birthday to your husband then. I thought it was yours, Irene. I thought I'd missed something. Oh, you an apology as well, Lo. Sorry, I meant to contact you about your foot. Lo's frozen. Oh, yeah, Wayne, hope you're doing well, buddy.
You freeze, Lois? What happened?
She's either scared or she's just frozen. She lives in Scotland, doesn't she? It's cold enough there to freeze.
What should I do? Just leave it?
Yeah, she'll get back. There you go. She's gone now. She'll be back. She's there somewhere. And there she is. She'll be back when she's back. Ultrasound or infrasound?
Ultrasound.
What, like they check with babies?
Yeah, well.
Hello.
Did I say ultrasound?
Hello. Did you hear what I said to you? I owe you an apology. I meant to contact you regarding your accident the other day. How are you?
Oh, my foot's absolutely killing me. I'm not going to lie. I'm a stupid. I broke the side of my foot, and I've pulled muscles in my shoulder. I'm a stupid idiot though, because I should have went to the hospital, and I didn't. I was stubborn.
How'd you manage that?
I fell in a hole when I was crossing the road, and managed to fall. But I felt so embarrassed, so I jumped up, and I carried on with my day. And then it came to the point where I couldn't actually weight bear at all on my foot when the adrenaline and the shock wore off. So I've got a sexy moon boot. I could pull empty with it.
Oh, I had one of those a couple of years ago. It's like a ski boot, isn't it? Like a Frankenstein ski boot.
Tell me about it. Thanks very much, guys. Thank you. So it was Stephen that picked the subject to ultrasound because we did a Jerry Doom last night.
How do you say
and 4. Hi, Joe. I need to message you later on, Joe, to check in to see you about Thursday. But yeah, so it's good to see you. Oh, definitely. Hey, William.
Hello, William. So ultrasound. What's the ideas? What have people said about ultrasound so far?
Nothing yet. Started yet.
Whose subject was it?
It was Stephen that picked it because we did the Jerry. Yep, we did the Jerry Doom last night because I said to Viv after the show we had, I said, "What's the subject for tonight?" And she said, "Oh, we'll do the Jerry Doom." So she opened the Jerry Doom and she said, "Say stop," the usual. And it came out. and Stephen kept yelling 33333. So then tonight's subject is ultrasound.
Ultrasound, William.
Yep,
So
ultrasound.
ultrasound.
I've never used
So-
it on paranormal investigations, to be honest with you. I've always made a study of infrasound.
Yeah,
think
I mean,
there's a lot
they
of
said
things
that.
that have... Oop, go ahead.
Hi, Terry, two
Hi,
Willies.
Terry.
Terry.
Hope you're
Right,
doing
I'll
well,
let
bud.
you go first, Derek, love.
Well, I
Go on,
think
Eric.
ultrasound obviously is, when you scan for babies, or they also do it for finding like
Nemo.
heart problems, vein problems.
I mean, they do it for. It's used to break kidney stones, believe it or not.
I've never heard of it used in paranormal.
The vibrations caused by ultrasound shakes apart the kidney stones, breaking them up. But if you think about it, ultrasound waves have a frequency higher than 20,000 hertz, which is outside the
You
the
can hear
upper
it.
limit for the human hearing. I was going, but it's an interesting one. If you think about microphones, smartphones, digital audio recorders, which are designed to pick up a frequency range, which roughly matches the ear, the range that the human ear can hear. So this means if you're using a digital recorder to try and capture EVPs, then the device isn't going to pick up any sounds that you can't hear with your own ears. So there how it's used in paranormal.
I've never heard of it using. I must admit, it's new to me. Ultrasound used in paranormal. I've always worked on infrasound, but
I do know for a fact
more.
that you can. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, Eric. You go ahead.
No, that's all right. Well, I do know for a fact that they make certain microphone that can pick up low frequency or high frequency sounds. Now you can get like a special recorder that does that.
I think the thing with recording devices, to really get a true reading from one, you need to put them in like a Faraday cage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you can use the microwave for that. So it means it doesn't pick up any of the extraneous radio waves, as it were. It's cut off. So anything you pick up on it then, and people have used it, and it's worked out really well for them. I think you can buy Faraday bags now and stuff like that to put your voice recorders and that in. But yeah, it's interesting. But no, I've never looked at ultrasound in the paranormal. I'll have to have a look at that. I've never even given that a thought. It's always been infrasound with me.
Well, ultrasound is also used for finding graves too. Like burial mounds and stuff. It's used for that. Probably could find a body inside a wall if you used it for that. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you think about it, the device could be used, to obtain a baseline reading. If you think about it, of ultrasound at a location, so I mean, it's no, as you said, Dan, it's not really commonly practiced in the paranormal.
No.
Some paranormal teams use ultrasound. As soon as I seen the subject,
never heard of it using the paranormal. Never.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm sitting here thinking to myself?
It's interesting,
definitely. I'm sitting here thinking I could throttle somebody for picking the subject.
I've never heard of ultrasound. I mean, obviously there's different frequencies and different noises. So you can have people obviously go for white noise, but you can have brown noise, blue noise, grey noise. They're all different. They kind of they vibrate on different frequencies. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not, as I say, infrasound's my main area, but I've never studied the other. I've used the other sounds, but I've never really looked into them to see the sort of the physiognomy or the makeup of them really. But it's interesting.
Well,
it's not anything. It's worth using anything. You never know.
Well, why don't we talk about infrasound so that we're all comfortable? Because ultrasound, I'm going to.
That's how
I'm going to say I know jack shit about.
When people mention ultrasound to me, I think like William. I think it's pregnant women or somebody who's got a problem with their I'll tell
innards.
you what I did look at, which was quite interesting. Talk about sound and vibrations. If you look at a lot of the ancient colours, ancient peoples, a lot of them used like frequency and vibrations for curing the body or ailments and injuries and physical, like, you know, disease and what have you. And I noticed they were doing a study. I remember reading about it a few years ago. They were doing a study where they said it was in the United States, and they were using frequencies. They were using vibrations, but what they were doing, they were centering it on cancerous growths.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember reading these white papers that these scientists had put together. I can't remember how I got hold of them now, but I remember somebody sent them to me probably. But anyway, I remember looking at them, and they were saying that they'd had 100% success rate in reducing the size of tumours, and in some cases, in a lot of cases, completely destroying them, removing them. And then all of a sudden, that study was taken off the table, and you never heard any more about it.
Yeah, because you know why? Because you can cure cancer that way.
It's big pharma.
Mm-hmm.
Big pharma don't want it, do they, Eric?
No.
Because it cuts down on their fight, that, you know, their takings.
Yeah.
But infrasound, I've always found it interesting. I know that the military use infrasound a lot, or they used to, and they used to practice on. Apparently, they practiced on towns and villages and stuff. And whether they've done it when they were in war, but they've done it on their own people, and they've looked at the results that they've got back from it. Basically, you lose complete control over your bodily function. So you sit there
think about it.
Crap and wet yourself.
You can use infrasound and ultrasound both as a weapon if you do it right. So,
yeah.
Well, look at. Oh, sorry, Dan. When you go.
No, that's all right. Go on, mate.
Yep.
No. Handsome first.
That's ultrasound. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you think about Area 51, right, I'm going to use this as an example. I covered a case study on my true crime show. Was the case of Kenny Beach, and Kenny Beach
was just thinking about that.
Yeah, it was a YouTuber. The Enclave. And one of the things that I watched, a good I can't mind if it was Y-Files or somebody else I was watching, but they were talking about obviously the ultrasound, and they were talking obviously about people that's came close and they've lost their bodily functions. If they haven't lost their bodily functions, they feel really, really sick, and they are very, very sick.
And fearful as well, aren't they? Get terrified.
Yeah. And one of the people who's been trying to find Kenny Beach, who goes out, I don't know if he goes out every month, every day, or whatever, to try and find him and retrace his steps, he actually went close to the same sort of area that Kenny Beach went missing in. And he said he felt really, really sick, and he was very, very sick. He says, but the further away he was getting away from where he was, the better that he felt instantly. And it just makes you think that obviously that using like ultrasound as a weapon can be really, really dangerous, because it not only does it mess with you physically, it messes with you mentally.
It definitely does.
Another thing
go on, Eric. Sorry, go on, Eric.
Oh, this is another thing they think that Bigfoot or Sasquatch use to make you scared or be able to run away from them. Is ultrasound.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. The thing is, we don't really understand. I mean, people out there probably do understand it to some extent, but whether they fully understand the abilities of it, I don't know. But the thing is that the thing with Kenny Leach as well is that they were saying that the areas that he was looking at with a lot of these caves were smack bang on military sites.
Yeah.
So they don't know whether the military were using, like, it was totally fell within their sort of remit to cover that area. So whether he was picking up on use of military weapons as a deterrent or what have you, I don't know. But it is interesting. And a lot of people say, well, you know, it's not the same with the EMFs and stuff, isn't it? If there's a high frequency of EMFs in an area, they say that people can become they start to hallucinate in that. And my argument with that, which is the same with infrasound, is are they hallucinating, or are these frequencies just opening up your perception to a different dimension?
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby. So something there that's all the time that you can't see with the naked eye, is it opening up your ability to see that? Don't know, but it's an interesting thought.
It definitely is. It definitely
Freezing
is.
Florida, yeah, right, Bobby.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
right,
Right.
freezing.
Do you know
I
what?
wouldn't mind being in a freezing Florida at the moment.
Oh man, it would be lovely.
Oh, wouldn't it be
Well,
a shame?
maybe to him it is freezing because he lives there. So
Oh, that's true. That is true. That is true. He wants some of that weather you had the other week, Eric, didn't
yeah,
he?
you don't want 25 below zero. No, thank you.
That's unbelievable. I think like that's mad.
That's why I said that. Going to the UK would be like a summer vacation for me.
Oh, it
so.
will do. Yeah, absolutely. So
Oh,
yeah,
God,
so
yeah.
that's that's why I see it. Hiya, William. I hope you're doing well, my
Hey,
friend.
William. Hey, my favourite.
So yeah,
but
interesting.
Hello,
hey,
now.
Hi,
Lorna.
Lorna. Hope you're doing well.
It's nuts if you think about it. I mean, the biggest person I've ever seen go on about frequency is Bry. Bry loves talking about frequency. He thinks that we need to find the right frequency in the
He's
paranormal.
absolutely right. He's absolutely right. I think he's absolutely spot on. It's if you get it's all about frequencies. It's all about frequencies. It's
Oh yeah, everything
everything.
vibrates at a certain frequency.
Everything.
I mean,
Everything you see vibrates. So exactly, everything's a
Oh.
frequency. Everything's a completely in flux all the time,
Mhm.
which
God,
is bloody interesting.
That is. So yeah.
Which is why I think we're all one thing.
Mhm.
We're like all part of the same. Well, I suppose like a what do you call it? Like a multi animal, a multi organic organism.
Could be.
I totally agree with that.
You know.
But it's
But
quite
the thing
weird.
about it goes back to the thing with vibrations and stuff. It goes back to reality, doesn't it? It's those vibrations and those frequencies that make up the reality or make up the perception of what we think or see as reality.
Mhm.
So you take that away, you don't know, or you can use it to manipulate all sorts of things.
Well,
Like what was that film? What was the film they did a few years ago? I think what's his name was in it. The big heartthrob.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know,
right.
William? We need a deep
It is,
conversation about alchemy. In fact, I'll fit that into a show, William, especially
alchemy.
for you.
Mhm.
It's all alchemy. It's interesting. Such an interesting subject.
Well, and it's
You
funny
know?
because if you think about it, your reality is only a figment of your imagination. So
Yeah, exactly. You create your own. I think you create your own. What you see is what you create. I think the thing is as well. Another thing I was looking at as well, talking about particles and vibration stuff like that. I heard the other day. I never even heard this before, and somebody told me, and I checked it, and it's right. And I can't remember the length of it, but the CERN Hydro Collider thing.
That'll be interesting, Bobby.
Is what our backs? You've got a paranormal. That's look interesting. The one they got in Switzerland is 20 something miles long, or something, or so, and they're building one in China that's going to be 80 odd miles long.
Wow.
But the thing that concerns me with China is look at the whole debacle with COVID and stuff like that. They're not exactly on the ball where safety's concerned.
Yeah.
And what worries me is if they've not got the full control over that, we're all going to be in shit.
Hello.
I mean, I don't. As I said, I don't believe for 1 second what China was trying to spin about the whole it came for a market sort of thing. I don't believe that for 1 second.
It's got out of the lab,
Siobhan, welcome. And that's what, as you said, that's what the scariest most thing in the world is.
And that worries me about China. The fact
Yeah.
that they're buggering about with that now. I mean, can you imagine something that's like 20 odd miles long and they're building one in China that's 80 odd miles long
Oh no.
or 60 odd miles long?
Viv.
Hello.
Hi, Viv. How are you?
Hey.
I'm dying.
Are you still rough?
Yeah, I'm still rough.
Oh, you sound a bit rough.
Oh, my
Sorry,
darling. I just
that's
want to
not
jump
what you're
through in here.